Hallo zusammen, I'm your Vlog Dave. There are tons of different verbs in the German language, but despite of that, you can still categorize them and distinguish them, so to speak. So today we're gonna learn how to do that. On the one hand, we have weak or regular verbs, and on the other hand, we have irregular or strong verbs. It's actually the same. Weak verbs are regular verbs and strong verbs are irregular verbs. So let's talk about the first group, regular or weak verbs first. German verbs that belong to this category are the vast majority of all verbs in the German language. This is also expressed by the term regular. But why can you call them weak too, if they are regular? Well, to answer this question, we should take a look at an example of a regular or weak verb. Machen, which means to do or to make. Ich mache Hausaufgaben. Generally speaking, verbs can be conjugated, meaning flectated, depending on who is doing homework. So in this exemplary sentence, I'm the one doing homework. Yeah, sad but true. And I'm talking in the present tense, by the way, das Präsens, simple present. And ich is the first person singular personal pronoun in the German language. Erste Person Singular, ich mache. Second person singular or zweite Person Singular in German, du machst Hausaufgaben. Dritte Person Singular, er oder sie oder es macht Hausaufgaben. Erste Person Plural, wir machen Hausaufgaben. Zweite Person Plural, ihr macht Hausaufgaben. Dritte Person Plural, sie machen Hausaufgaben. The basic part of this verb is mach, and the ending en marks it as an infinite verb. This basic part is called der Wortstamm, the radical, the stem or the root word. Now this radical part also contains a vowel, der Vokal. And this vowel is also called radical vowel, der Stammvokal. In the case of machen, it's the vowel a. E at the end of the word can't be the radical vowel, because it doesn't belong to the radical part mach. And here comes the clue. Regular or weak verbs are verbs that always retain or keep their respective radical vowel. Always. It's machen, the infinite form, machte, the Präteritum, and gemacht, the Partizip 2. Remember what I said just a few seconds ago? The radical vowel a remains the same in all three categories, which makes machen a regular or weak verb. Alright, so now I'm gonna introduce a metaphor that might seem strange at first, but I think it fits and it might help you to memorize how you can distinguish between a regular and an irregular verb. I know it might seem very strange to say that being weak equals being regular in a way, but think about it, because from, let's say, a superhero's perspective, that might be true. Yeah, a superhero. Let's take Batman as an example, because a superhero like Batman is stronger than the average citizen, which makes the average citizen weak in comparison to Batman being a superhero, being strong. Being a superhero in general is also really irregular. It's nothing normal. It's not the normal case being a superhero, is it? Alright, I'm gonna explain this even further, but for now let's move on to irregular or strong verbs. This time the radical vowel also plays an important role, because when a German verb is irregular or strong, that radical vowel changes to a different vowel in some cases. Let's take a look at the verb sehen, to see. It's sehen, sah, gesehen. You might have noticed that in Präteritum, the radical vowel in the stem se which is E, changes to A. In other words, irregular or strong verbs are strong enough to change the radical vowel. Bruce Wayne can change his appearance, can change himself to being Batman. Strong verbs are strong enough to change their radical vowels in some contexts. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's a fairly good way to memorize this. Knowing which verbs are irregular verbs can only be accomplished, so to speak, by learning them by heart. Yeah. Alright guys, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Make sure to share it with other people that you know that are interested in the German language and that are learning German. And also, don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date. I'm your Vlog Dave. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.